Welcome, everybody, to That Tracks, the podcast where we track cruise ships through the Caribbean or wherever they're going. In our case, it was the Caribbean. As many of you guys might follow Nick on Instagram, and you have seen this week that he is sick. So we are here, stepping in, taking the time to podcast it up.
We're going to talk to you this week about our recent cruise on the Disney Treasure.
Yeah, and so Nick did also run the Dopey Challenge, and he wanted to send a little video talking to you guys about the Dopey Challenge, and we'll put that in right now.
How's it going, everybody? Sorry that I can't be there with you all this week. I have been battling a weird, strange virus that I picked up from being at Disney last weekend, participating in the Dopey Challenge. But I did want to send you guys a video and say I did it. Yes, I'm going to wear my medal for as long as I possibly can. Super proud of myself, but I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all of your encouragement, comments on our videos on YouTube, messages that I've received, but also just so many of you that I got to meet while running the races, getting to talk to you and interact with you. You guys, your support means the world to me, and I'm just so appreciative and so thankful. I am starting to feel better. I have so much more energy than I had towards the middle of this past week, so I'm glad that I'm on the rise and doing better, but it was definitely an incredible weekend. The races were so much fun. It was very cold. The 5K was one of the coldest races that I've done at Disney, but I had such a blast with my running family. Sorry, excuse me. And then I also had such a great time at the 10K with Francie. I know some of you guys saw this on social media already, but Francie was able to do the 10K with me. She was cleared by her doctor to be able to briskly walk through the 10K, and that is what we did together. There were definitely moments where we were nervous about whether or not we were going to be able to finish it together. But we did it. We pressed on, we stuck together, and it was really special and very meaningful to the both of us. So Zoe also technically has done her first Run Disney race. And I was teasing the boys saying, how do you feel that your little sister has finished a 10K before you have, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, so super thankful, super appreciative of all of you and all the support. And I can't wait to see you all soon. And I'm going to send it back to Tim and Jen to talk more about the treasure. But again, thank you for the support. Appreciate you all so much. Thank you for tracking me as I went through the Dopey Challenge 2025. Will I do it again next year? Absolutely. Bye, guys.
There you go. Well, thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
That sounds, we haven't seen the video yet, so I'm...
I think it sounded amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I can't believe he ran 43 miles, right?
I don't know, a lot.
I think it's 43 point something miles.
That's too many.
What is 43 miles away from Orlando?
Oh, that's a great question.
Because he ran there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very far. I don't know. I feel like I said this one time, and it was from here to his house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he lives like an hour away.
Yeah. Driving.
Drive. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Driving, right? In a car.
Yeah. In a car. Let me see really quick. What would you ever run again? I know that you ran the 10K.
I would. I had a lot of fun. So I ran a Star Wars 10K back. Oh my gosh, it had to have been 10 years ago now. It was so long ago, but it was a lot of fun. I think that just doing it with friends is really what makes the difference, or what made the difference for me. I did train for it. I ran that really cool trail all around Fort Wilderness, from Fort Wilderness to Wilderness Lodge. There was a trail in between there.
It's gone now.
Yeah, it's no longer there, but it was really cool. I would see deer and wild animals, and it was a really neat way to train. Would I do it again? I would have to be in better shape.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I could run a 5K.
There you go.
I could maybe do a 10K, if I really worked up to it, yeah.
So Nick's 62 miles away.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he didn't even run to his house.
He didn't run to his house.
But still, 40, that's whatever, 40-something miles, that's nothing to, what do they say? Nothing to scoff at.
Nothing to...
I would not scoff at that.
Nothing to... close a book on.
I wouldn't do. Yeah, that's pretty wild. I think it would be an emotional thing. I'm sure it was emotional for Nick, but I think for me as well, I think it would be an emotional thing.
Yeah.
Just, I think Nick and I are emotional people.
Well, I did a 5K, a 10K, and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I was done with the half, there was no way that I would have been able to do a full.
I think I would cry.
Yeah.
I think it would really bring tears to my eyes, like how hard it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't think if I woke up, if I had, for whatever reason, not going to happen, signed up for a Dopey on the morning of the marathon, I feel like I would wake up and just be like, no.
You wouldn't do it?
I mean, I guess I would attempt it. I would cross the starting line.
Yeah, I think you would try. I don't think you would just give up. I don't think that's who you are as a person.
Right.
But
like the way that my legs felt after that half.
Yeah. Oh, because you do it the next day. You run a half and then you run a full marathon?
Yeah.
Wow. That's really...
It's too much. You guys got to stop doing that.
No, I mean, hey, keep going. So when I was pregnant, I was, it was after I was pregnant. I was biking. We have it's not a Peloton bike, but it's a Nordic track. It's like a Peloton.
Yeah.
But we got it for like a really good deal. It's much cheaper. But they do the similar classes on the screen, like a Peloton would do. And the lady that I was following, she was in labor. She was talking about when she was pregnant. She was in labor. She ran to the hospital. Like, that's how much of a runner she was. She was like an Olympic runner or something. She ran to the hospital in labor.
Why?
I don't know, but I think because she couldn't run. You can't run for 2 months after you give birth, just because it's your body has gone through something traumatic, and so she needed to get one more run in. Isn't that just the wildest thing?
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it.
It's
I was like, I'm in the wrong class.
How do you guarantee that you make it?
I don't know.
Was there a car following her just in case she's like,
I mean, I hope so.
The baby's coming out.
Because, I mean, at least for me, when Oliver was ready to come out, he was ready to come out.
Yeah, no stopping him.
No, they're coming out.
He said, nothing can stop me now. I don't know.
I'm gonna make it happen. I'm coming out. I'm coming out. So you better get this party started. That's what her baby said when she was running to the hospital.
It's true. I heard it.
What's wrong?
I do this with Nick. I like to check and make sure that everything's still recording because one time...
Oh, it wasn't?
It wasn't.
What did you guys do? Did you re-record?
No, I used the camera audio and adjusted it out as best as I could. No, we did. We re-recorded.
Did you?
Yeah. We started over after 15 minutes.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Yeah, but it's still it was a good banter.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
You can't capture lightning in a bottle twice, I can't even do it once.
I don't know anybody.
What do you have in your mouth?
I have a lozenge.
Oh, I was like, you're doing something weird with your mouth.
Sorry, because we were on the cruise, and then every single time that I get back from that salt air, and I come back to the mainland, I have a cough because my lungs are dried out.
You know what it is for me? It's the AC in the room.
Oh yeah, that too.
That gives me the driest sinuses.
Yeah.
The AC in the room is really kicking.
Mm-hmm.
And it just drives me out.
Yeah. So, speaking of the cruise.
But just real quick, we're very, very proud of Nick. He did a great job. Thank you, Nick, for sending in that clip and for allowing me to be a guest host once again.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun.
Good job, Nick.
Yeah.
You did great. So, when we got back ashore, I have a friend, and he texted me and he said, so what was the main difference between the wish and the treasure? And I now pose that. I have an answer for that. But I posed that question on you.
Okay, so I think for me, the main difference, I didn't do a lot of nighttime stuff.
Right.
So, excuse me, sorry, I just burped on our podcast.
You can't do that.
Sorry. So I think I didn't get to do a lot of the nighttime stuff. So I would have to go on the treasure again to give my true definitive answer. But from what I did, I would say that the atrium is very different.
Yes.
It's much darker and moodier and more, what's the word? I don't want to say masculine because I don't think that's the right word, but the dark golds, the dark metals, just the colors, it felt darker. which I don't think I was a fan of.
Like rich mahogany.
Yeah, I think I like it to be like lighter and airier. And I think from like a filming standpoint, I think I talked about this. I like the lighter look of like the lighting.
Right.
It just like looks nicer on camera sometimes. But and then what was the other thing? Oh, the Haunted Mansion, the Parlor.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are like the big differences.
Okay.
For me, I don't know. What about you?
For me, it was entertainment.
Oh,
Now, it's been a minute since I've been on the Wish.
So they had the like the royal. Remember, it was like the royal people, and it was like similar dynamic where it was like a guy and a girl, and they were just kind of like bantering back and forth, and they had this sort of storyline that they were doing as you came on and all that. But I don't think that they had a big role like Sage and Coriander did.
Yeah, like we don't know their names.
We did.
Sage and Coriander were listed in the Navigator app as like, come see Sage and Coriander.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I wonder why they did that, like why they made such a difference from the Wish to the Treasure. Like, why? Why is that?
I don't know. So that's what I don't know.
Okay.
But that's what I was saying is I think that entertainment is the big thing. So like they have on the Treasure, they have a retelling of Aladdin.
Which is very cool.
They have the what is it called? Indiana Jones thing.
Oh, yeah, very cool.
Kind of like Choose Your Own Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And then
but the thing about that, though, is that it really wasn't Choose Your Own Adventure because they then like forced you into the right answer. You couldn't say like, oh, Indiana Jones loves snakes this time.
Yeah.
You know, because that's like not the story.
Right, because they were retelling the story.
Right. So it's kind of strange that it was like a Choose Your Own. I understand that it was like a comedic
Comedy
thing.
bit.
Yeah. But it was kind of like a Choose Your Own Adventure, but like don't choose the wrong thing.
Right. Choose your right adventure.
Yeah.
Choose this way.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I said. I said it was entertainment just because I felt like entertainment had more of a presence on the Treasure.
Well, do you think that was something that people said about the Wish?
I don't know.
And they were like, oh, we wish there was more of this. And so they're like, oh, on the Treasure, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have a Wish trip booked so that I'll be able to revisit this and say like, yes, the Wish has great entertainment offering.
I do remember on the Wish that there was really great bands. The musical acts were wonderful. When I did my solo trip on the Wish, I really did not do as much of the entertainment stuff. It was more of a relaxation trip. So I did a lot of like spa stuff and then a lot of like sleeping at night. So I wish I could remember like what the entertainment was.
So we are going to recompare the Treasure and the Wish. And then, I wrote some stuff down really quick. Okay, so let me ask you this. What was your favorite part of the Treasure?
Okay, so I didn't get like the full, because I edited you went on that media preview and I edited all of those. So I feel like I did everything even though I didn't. My favorite part.
Your favorite space, your favorite object, your favorite window, your favorite statue.
What's your favorite?
Oh, I mean, I liked the Haunted Mansion Parlor was really good.
Yeah.
But after going on the Treasure for a second time, Haunted Mansion Parlor is starting to feel like Trader Sam's.
Oh, like too loud?
Too loud, too much.
Okay.
But that being said, a lot of people really like Trader Sam's.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that it's like, it's not for everybody, but the people who love it really love it.
Yeah.
They're like big time Trader Sam's people, you know?
Right.
I thought the Haunted Mansion Parlor was really cool. That I tried one of the drinks. The drink was good. I liked the presentation. I liked, it was hard because I wish that I could have walked around more and seen more, but it didn't feel like that was the vibe.
Yeah, it didn't feel like you should be like
getting in people's way,
standing over top of people as they were hanging out.
Well, and a lot of people were just sitting trying to see everything just like we were. So I felt like if I had gotten up to get a closer look at like the little skeleton fish, or there was like a music box or a clock or whatever it was, a bust, I would have been in somebody's way.
Right.
So I think the only way to really see everything is to like try to go back and sit in all the seats.
Right. Or
and,
try
like,
to find a time when nobody else is in there.
Which is like never.
Right.
That's like not a real time. Because it was always busy.
The good news is now that we've been on like an official full sailing, it was never, I only saw a sign out front once that said that it was closed. And I don't know if that was because it was full or just because it wasn't open at that time.
Well, I also wonder, so when I did my solo cruise on the Wish, I went into Hyperspace Lounge and just to like go in and be like, oh, let me just go check it out.
Here.
Yeah, there were 3 people in there.
Yeah.
So I wonder if the Haunted Mansion Parlor will ever get to that point where there won't be people in there.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because I feel like they did with Haunted Mansion Bar what they should have done with Hyperspace Lounge.
Yeah.
Because we're calling it wrong too. It's Haunted Mansion Parlor.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But with Hyperspace, they didn't go all in. It felt like they were like, yeah, Star Wars. Yeah. We'll give, that's fine. Yeah. Do Star Wars. It's just the Star Wars drinks. There's a window that looks out into space. And that's
what was the timeline of the Wish and the
Star Cruiser?
Yeah.
Star Cruiser came after the Wish.
So I wonder, was the hyperspace thing like a test?
I don't know.
Was it like to test out the window technology or like what?
That window technology was already installed other places.
Oh, okay.
Before that.
Yeah, it's just weird that they wouldn't go all in on such a huge property.
I know.
Like, why wouldn't you make it better?
I don't know, but they did go all in on Haunted Mansion.
I wonder if they did that because they realized, like, oh, we kind of missed the mark on hyperspace.
Maybe.
Interesting. Yeah, what do you guys think? I'd love to know, like, what you guys think about that.
Yeah.
Especially, like, the real diehard, like, Star Wars people.
So now that you have officially been on every Disney ship that is currently sailing, what's your favorite?
Ooh, I think I still really love the fantasy. I do. But I feel like after going on the Wish and the Treasure, I think the fantasy is like showing its age. And as much as I love that, like the
layout?
No, like what do they call it? The like old school ship.
Oh,
look.
yeah.
You know how they like made them look like old cruise liners, you know? As much as I like that, I think it is showing its age, and I think that they need a refresh.
Okay.
Like, or some, I don't know. I know, but that's like what makes them special is that they're not like every other cruise ship. They're like the old, days of yore. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. But like they haven't changed it yet. You saying?
What do you mean?
Like the Wish and the Treasure are still that same style.
They're not. They're more modern.
On the inside. On the outside, they still look the same.
Yeah, but I mean the inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
All right. I get what you're saying then.
Like the stuff that we would be experiencing on the inside. Yeah.
Right.
I think that as much as I love like the wood and the gold and the circles and the lines, like that whole, I never know which one it is. I never know
Art
if it's
Deco, Art Nouveau.
whichever one it is. I think that it is, I don't know if it appeals to like me as much anymore. It kind of like lost its like
Luster?
Yeah, to me, because I've been on the Wish and I really, really like the way the Wish looks.
Okay.
I just wish that it was laid out. I wish it was laid out like the fantasy.
Right.
That's my only thing. But I love that outdoor deck. Like on the Wish.
Oh, yeah.
So we've stayed concierge on the Wish and the fantasy and the Dream. And I really enjoy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoy the that concierge outdoor deck. And I wish that they had something like that on, like the other ships.
Right.
That it's just such a beautiful big space. I also wish that the other ships had that big outdoor spa area. The rainforest area is so beautiful on the Wish.
Yeah.
Like those are things that I think the other ships are lacking, but I think it's because of space.
Right.
So.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
So my favorite, I think, is tied between the Wish and the fantasy. I can't pick.
Okay.
Or maybe the Treasure and the fantasy.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't answer this.
That's fair enough. We have to cruise on them some more.
Yeah.
I will say, after being on the Treasure 2 cruises in a row, the layout doesn't bother me.
But another thing that I just realized that I miss, I like how on the fantasy you have that like tube area.
Yeah.
Or like the whatever you call it.
Area.
Yeah, I like that they have it kind of like all in one area. And I kind of miss that on the Treasure and the Wish.
I was thinking that same thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like I think that is a missed opportunity.
Right.
I don't know if that means that like the treasure and the wish are more like family oriented and less like nightlife oriented. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. And it's interesting to think about too, because I think they replaced that space with suites.
Okay.
So there's a couple of suites on the back of the wish and the treasure.
They can make more money off the suites than they can.
It's true.
There's other places people can drink. They don't have to, yeah.
They took out an elevator in order to make space for those other bars, I think.
The other thing, too, I think that I do like the treasure more than the wish, just based on, I like the scat. We didn't even go into Scat Cats, but I already know I like it better than the Nightingales or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And then I like the Periscope better than the Keg and
Compass.
Yeah, I like I think they did a better job as far as Disney-fying it.
Right.
You know, I wish I had spent more time in there.
Mm-hmm.
That was something that I was kind of sad about. I'd love to go back and like spend more time like looking in there.
Yeah.
And I'd like to go to Scat Cats and look in there. I also like that Scat Cats had the bar on the outside, so you didn't have to go in. You could sit on that outside part.
But I think Nightingales has that too.
Are you sure?
No.
I don't remember that.
There is a bar there, right? I'm thinking of the Fantasy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because there's a bar there on the Fantasy.
Oh, yeah. But this one is like, it's like the bar continues to the outside. And I think that's really kind of, not meaning the outside of Scat Cats. It goes into like the atrium area. It's like right next to where the slide is to get into the kids club.
Yeah.
And I like that they did that. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
It gives it like a different kind of a look.
Now, you have experienced Arendelle.
Yeah.
You have experienced Coco.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the answer is Coco as far as which one's better.
I think that the food and the entertainment was better with Coco, for sure. Yeah. I like that it was, I wish you could have seen out the windows, because I don't think you could see out the windows at all in Coco.
Right. I don't know. I remember in Arendelle, the only reason that I know you can see out the windows is because they told us to go look out the windows.
Yeah, we looked at, who is it, Rapunzel?
Yeah, Rapunzel's
foot.
Her
foot is like size 27 or something, 23.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't really see out the windows. That was kind of a bummer. But I liked the theming. I liked, I loved Miguel. I loved the band. I loved the dancers. I liked all that. The food was like good, but it wasn't, like the best. Mm-hmm. But I think it was better than Arendelle.
Right. Now, add Lion King.
Arendelle. Sorry. Yeah.
Add Lion King into that mix.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what's coming in on the Destiny.
I just wonder if that's going to be, is it going to be like African flavors, kind of like Sanaa?
I think so.
I don't know that appeals to everyone.
Right.
Just like the Norwegian food doesn't appeal to everyone at Arendelle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they're going to have things that are like more kind of generic food items, I like that. Like I'm into that, but I don't know if it will appeal to everybody.
Right.
But I'm excited to see, like, imagine they're going to have puppets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that'll be cool.
It's going to be like Festival of Lion King or Lion King on Broadway.
Yeah.
That's the feel.
Okay. I'm excited. I think that'll be cool.
I think it'll be really good.
My only wish is that we never get good seats. We never are, there's always like a pole in the way or a drink station in the way. How do you get like seats closer to the stage? What do you do? What do you have to do? If anybody's ever had better seats, how'd you do it?
Right.
Tell us. I want to know your secrets.
I had good seats for the media sailing, but that's just because it was a media sailing.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I got the hiccups now.
Are you okay?
I'm falling apart. I wanted to mention really quick. So the ducks.
Yeah.
I have to talk about the ducks.
Why?
Because there's this thing that happens when you go on a Disney cruise where people will hide little rubber ducks around.
Mm-hmm.
And Disney was starting to crack down on it because I think people were using them to like advertise themselves.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of
like,
meh.
I'm a travel agent. There's a duck laying around.
Okay.
And it was like, I think it was turning into too much of a thing. So people have moved away from the larger ducks and they've started using these little teeny tiny ducks.
They're literally like the size of your pinky nail. They're like so tiny.
They're very small.
They're very much a choking hazard.
And we found one with a neodymium,
a magnet.
a magnet,
Like a
glued to the back of it.
a teensy little teensy weensy magnet. And I was like, oh my gosh, if the baby swallowed this, I don't think he would,
Right.
but I don't know. Another
Yeah.
baby, it was scary.
That's not, you just can't do that. Don't
Yeah. Yeah.
Please.
It was a little bit like, ooh, I don't love that.
Yeah.
But then somebody did give us when we were in Grand Cayman?
I don't remember where it was.
I think we were. She gave us like this little knitted duck, and it was very cute. That was cool.
Yeah.
Big. Not couldn't choke on that thing.
Right.
That was wonderful.
Also, we found these ducks, we found them around the island tower when we were there too.
Yeah, they were like hiding in the little corners and stuff. Jackson found one and he was very excited. Which is, it's sad because he loved it and it was such like a ooh, look what I found. He was so excited. But if the baby had found it, that would have been like a, oh, shoot moment,
I also want to mention the pools
Mm-hmm.
on the Wish and the Treasure. Not ideal. Like, the one that's up in the front is 2 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really get swimming in it. The ones in the middle are 1 foot deep.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ones up top are 4.5 feet deep, but they're very small.
Yeah, it's very not very many kids can fit in there.
Right. So what do you think the thought process on that was, moving away from pools that you can actually swim in? It's
easier to, if there's an accident in the pool, because those are mainly geared towards the kids, right? Because there's adult pools in the back that are, or an adult pool in the back.
Yeah.
That's more for, people without kids. So if they had to drain a pool or clean a pool, or if there was, an accident in the pool, you don't have to close one big pool.
Okay.
That's what I think. I don't know. I don't have the answer from somebody on the ship. But
all right.
I will say though, I felt really bad. One day that we were in the pool, it was a bunch of kids in the pool. It was a sea day.
Yeah.
So we were all swimming in the pool and, or maybe it wasn't a sea day. It might've been after one of the islands. It might've been after Mexico or after Grand Cayman. I can't remember, but we were in the pool and a couple was upset because they said, oh, it's going to be even worse tomorrow. It wasn't a sea day because they said it's going to be even worse tomorrow because tomorrow's a sea day. And I was like, oh man, it made me feel bad that the kids couldn't have fun in the pool because it was making some of the adults upset.
Right.
And so I was like, oh shoot. But there is an adult pool in the back of the ship that is so serene, so beautiful. It's like an infinity style pool. You can see the ocean. It's very nice and quiet. So if you're ever on the Wish or the Treasure and you're like, wow, there's a lot of kids in these pools and you can go to the adult pool, you should.
Yeah.
It's much quieter. I don't know. It made me feel bad because I was like, oh, dang. But the kids were having a lot of fun. The pools, I don't mind the pool situation.
Right.
The different pools.
Yeah. I did enjoy the front one because we could sit in it and
watch the movie.
On Funnel Vision.
We did, yeah.
We
what
did.
What did we watch? We watched Ralph Breaks the Internet. Yeah.
And then one of my favorite thing to do on any cruise ship is right after everybody goes to sleep, I get the cups and I go up to the water station and put water in them. And I always love to see what random movie is playing on Funnel Vision. I watched Muppets. No, was it Muppets? Maybe it was. I feel like I watched Muppets for a second. I watched Maleficent. We watched Cruella. We watched...
Gotta say, I forgot.
Enchanted.
We watched Enchanted in the room as well. But when we were packing, it was actually... I'd never seen it. It's really cute. I like it. I forgot. So Cruella was on one night. We were coming back to the room. And I forgot how dark Cruella is in the beginning. How a dog kills her mom.
3 dogs. And
it's very scary and traumatic and aggressive. And I was like, whoa, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of movies they play at night when the kids are asleep.
PG-13.
Yeah.
Speaking of dogs, we also watched Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, yeah. He's not a dog?
No, there were wolves chasing. But I was thinking of the scariest parts of that because I had originally thought we should bring Jackson to this. And then we watched it and I was like, oh, I'm glad we didn't bring Jackson to this.
Oh, yeah. I think it would have been a little bit too much for him, too intense.
Right.
But then there were parts that he would have really loved.
Yeah. But that was, and I said this when we saw it, but this was probably the most Broadway style musical that I've seen on a cruise ship. Like, it's the most like a Broadway musical.
Yeah.
So
they really utilized screens. They really utilized like moving parts very well. Like, I think they did a great job. I loved all of the costuming. The Be Our Guest part was amazing. I loved everybody was just, they did a great job. I do think that their sound mixing was like a little bit off. It was very loud. Some of the singers were like way too loud, but the songs were great. The actors were great. I don't know. I did really like it. Oh, they also utilized some like on the sides of the theater.
Oh yeah, some
that was cool. Yeah, there were bubbles, there was snow, there was confetti, there were streamers. It was very like exciting.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, we did miss Moana. You saw Moana, but we didn't see it together on the ship.
Because they canceled the matinee for some reason.
Yes, and then when we saw the line for the Moana, the nighttime showing, we were at dinner, and so we missed like people were waiting for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it was a while.
Yeah, and so we couldn't have done that because we were at dinner. So we did miss that. So we'll have to go back and see it. But I hear it's very good.
Yeah.
So
really good. There was something else that I was about to mention about the treasure. No, I don't remember what it was.
Oh no.
I had it and then it disappeared.
Oh. I did love like all of the things that you know and love about a Disney cruise though. Like the bed was very comfortable. I loved the toiletries, the H2O stuff. It's not H2O, but it's like the Disney branded stuff. I loved obviously like all of the cast members are amazing.
Yeah. We
had such like just everybody was so great. Even though Castaway was like a little bit cold and it did rain later on our Castaway day, that was still a really great day. We rode bikes. We got to see some parts of the island that we hadn't seen in a while. We did a glass bottom boat tour.
It was really cool.
We did a lot of excursions on this cruise. And I think that we used our time really well.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun. But I think that we got to see other ships from our ship.
Yeah.
That was cool. We saw the Dream and
the Magic.
Oh, the Magic, yeah. So that was cool. But yeah, I think, I don't know. What else were you going to ask about
I wanted to mention, so the Hi Dad Soup moment of the week for me was Jackson riding the Aquamouse.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what is funny, and I'm a little bit sad about it, but at the same time, like I know that we'll be able to do it again. Every time that Jackson was ready to ride the Aquamouse, it was such a like, let's go right now type thing.
Yeah.
That I never got it on film.
Oh, you never filmed it?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it was like, Jackson would just be like, let's go ride the Aquamouse. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's go. And
yeah,
so we would go.
If you don't do it in that moment, he'll be like, oh, never mind. And you got to go. You got to go right then. Because he was very much like when we first got on the ship, he's like, I don't want to ride it. And we were like, why, buddy? You've done the Aqua Duck and you love that. And he's like, this is different. I'm like, this one's even shorter. Like most of the ride is the ride up with screens. So it's kind of like anticlimactic, really. You go up, you go through a thing, and then you're done. Yeah. And I'm like, it's really very short. I think you'll be fine. No, I don't want to ride it. So when he says he wants to ride it, you have to like really go right then.
Right.
We rode it twice and we rode it once and then it was very cold, by the way.
Yeah.
But he's like, this is the best day ever because he had rode it twice earlier. So he's like, I rode it 3 times. He was so excited. But.
And it was funny because there was so few people on the ship whenever he rode it the first time. It must have been like a shore day or something like that.
I think it was.
They let him like stay on.
Yeah, so they were like, do you want to go, you want to just stay in the raft because there was no line. So then when I rode it with him later, he's like, let's just stay on. And I was like, oh, buddy, we can't because there's a line. I said, do you see those people? They're going to get on. We have to get in line. We can get on when it's our turn. I'm like, it's a very short line. You want to get in line? No, let's just stay on the raft. And I'm like, oh, we can't. He's like, I did it earlier. So that was a hard one to explain to him. But yeah, he was having a ball.
Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to mention, and I hope this happens maybe on the Treasure, but the second night of Marvel turned out to be much more fun than I had originally thought.
Yes.
Because the first time that I did it, nobody explains to you that there's a game that's happening.
Oh, yeah. It's like a trivia game that you answer on your quantum core.
Yeah.
So like the little buttons that are around the core are different colors. And then you answer like there's like a puzzle on the screen that you have to guess which character it is.
Yeah.
Or they'll have like trivia questions like one of them was like who built the Iron Heart, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that answer. That's why I remember it, because I didn't know it. And so it'll be like 4, multiple choice, and each one has a color. You pick the color.
Yeah.
And if your quantum core lights up green, you got it right.
If it lights up red, incorrect.
Yeah. So
when the time's up, it tells you the correct answer by lighting up the color of the correct answer.
Yeah.
So
we were very competitive. Oh, we also won trivia.
Yeah, we did.
That was a very exciting moment for us on the cruise.
And it wasn't music trivia either.
No. Oh my gosh. It was brain teasers. It was so hard.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe. So they have you like hold up your card and they're like, okay, who got 1? Who got 5? Who got 10 right? Who got 12 right? And then when our card was the last one up, I'm like, no, this can't be right.
I was like, who else is? Well, where's the other
Yeah,
person?
we're like looking around like, where's everybody else's card? We won.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild.
It was brain teasers. We won with 13 correct.
Yeah.
That's how hard it was.
It was very hard.
13 out of 20.
But we did it.
We did it.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Add it to the medal stash, We got, you looked, we've won one other trivia and then we got 2 medals like by default, kind of.
What?
Remember we didn't really win, they just gave us the other 2?
Yeah. So
We
we
got,
have
like,
a
second
total
place.
of like 3 winnings.
Yeah.
But one time we didn't win. They just like gave it to us.
There was a couple that had won and we were second.
I won that music trivia that one time.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Where's the other one then?
I don't know.
Well, we did get another one that was there was a couple that won. They always have 4 medals. There was a couple that won, and then we, I think, got second, and then they just gave us the other 2.
Yeah, they're like,
we're like, we'll take it.
here you go.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
I mean, it's always nice to get a medal.
Yeah. Even though they're not metal, they're rubber.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, and then that's all that I had for the treasures. Is there anything else you wanted to add in? Any other anecdotes? Any other stories?
Our server at Parlor was great. Her name was Denise. She was from Brazil.
Yeah.
She was telling us how this is something that I thought was really cool, actually, because this just goes to show you. I don't know if this happens on other cruise lines because I haven't sailed with anybody else, but something that I think is very Disney is that so she's a server at Parlor. Parlor is one of the like upcharge restaurants. It's the modern Italian restaurant with like a steakhouse twist, I think is what it said on the like little blurb.
Yeah.
But it's delicious. It's great. If you're platinum, you get a free brunch or dinner. So we always try to do that because we're platinum and it's nice to just like have that perk. But she said, "Oh my gosh, it's you guys." She said that she made friends with one of her one of her guests.
Yeah.
And now anytime she comes to, I think Florida.
Anytime she comes to Orlando.
Is that what it was? Was it
Yeah.
Orlando? She stays with them. Like they became like really good friends.
Yeah.
And that she said that they would sit and watch our videos sometimes. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. Like how cool is it that you cruise, you meet somebody on the cruise that you really click with and you become like actual friends with them.
Right.
And I don't know if that happens every time, but I just thought that was really neat. And that was like a cool story in general, but also that like we were kind of tied into it. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But, they really, I think that the Disney cast members really make a huge difference.
I agree.
Yeah. And I appreciate them.
We appreciate you.
Yeah. I know how they work really hard. Their contracts are long, and they're like away from their family and their friends and
they don't really have time off.
No. Yeah. They're just like back at it every morning.
Yeah.
So,
because you got to imagine, or you have to remember, take for example, the Wish.
Mm-hmm.
The Wish has 2 itineraries, Monday through Friday, Friday through Monday. That's no time off.
No.
On Friday, your guests get off and your new guests get on.
Yeah.
On Monday, your guests get off and your new guests get on.
And it's gotta be so draining to be, because your part of your tip is kind of based on like not your personality, but like your friendliness, I guess. I guess, yeah, your personality. Because if you really connect with somebody, you're going to give them a better tip.
Right.
So you have to be like on.
Right.
So you have to like leave this group, this family that you became like, you know all their names. I don't know how they could like remember everybody's names.
No idea.
That's like the wild.
Multiple tables.
Yeah. And they know everybody's names. They know like what the kids like. They know, they do magic tricks. It's like, it's got to be, I hope they get paid well.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot. They do a lot.
I really do.
I think that they make a big difference though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, that's all that I have for the Disney treasure.
Okay.
I feel like maybe it's a little, shorter of an episode this week.
Oh, sorry.
It's not bad. It's 40 minutes. That's pretty good.
Well, plus whatever Nick said.
Yeah. Nick, I hope you went on for an extra 30 minutes.
He probably had a lot to say.
Maybe.
It's a big, thing that he did.
It is. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Proud of you, Nick.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe I'll rollerblade it.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can rollerblade the marathon.
I still haven't started rollerblading yet.
No, we immediately left after you got your rollerblades.
I know, it's also been cold.
I think that's the best time to rollerblade.
Okay.
Don't you?
Well, I want
to be like sweaty hot.
I don't mind being sweaty hot when I'm doing an activity like that, but also I'm not stable on the rollerblades right now.
Oh yeah.
So I also don't want to be uncomfortably cold while I'm like falling down on rollerblades.
I mean, but this is a good time because you're all bundled up. So if you fell,
have a little extra.
Yeah, you have the cushion.
Okay. All right.
Now is the time.
Now is the best time. Buy some GE appliances.
Something here, some like Disney, something, not Disney news, but I was reading today, and I didn't know this, that, that movie with Tom Hanks and the girl from Jenny from Forrest Gump?
Is it not Forrest Gump?
No, you know how they did that other movie together that was like through the decades?
Oh, the new one.
Yeah, and everybody was thinking that it was going to have something to do with Forrest Gump or whatever.
Right.
So I guess a lot of Disney fans thought that it was going to be a Carousel of Progress movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And it wasn't.
No, it was. It was just a movie about time.
Right.
So did you hear that people thought it was going to be a Carousel of Progress movie?
No, I don't even know what the name of this movie is.
I think it's called Here.
Okay.
Do you think they would do a movie? Like, what's the next movie based on a ride? I just couldn't imagine it would be the Carousel of Progress.
No, I don't think so either.
Right? Like, how would that work?
I mean, there's a storyline there.
Yeah.
But, I don't think that the ride justifies a movie.
Should we just tell the plot of Bicentennial Man again?
Oh, yeah, we should. You know what I want to watch? I want to watch Tomorrowland.
Oh.
I started watching it somewhere.
I've just heard not good things about it.
I know, that's why I want to watch it.
Okay.
Because the idea of Plus Ultra really
I don't even know what that is.
That's like some secret society of Tomorrowland folks.
Oh, that's like the pin that they wear, right?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Remember we saw it in when we were at the Tam O'Shanter?
Yeah.
Carved it in the table.
And everybody, and we thought, so we did this whole Walt day. We went to his grave. We went to the Tam O'Shanter. We went to the studios. We just did a bunch of Walt-centric stuff.
Yeah.
And it was in the table, and we're like, oh my gosh, they carved it. And then they were like, no, it was for the movie.
No, they told us that it was Imagineers that had carved it.
Oh.
And then we looked it up, and it was for the movie.
For the Tomorrowland movie, yeah. So then we felt like, oh, ding dang.
Yeah. I was like, what the heck?
We got duped.
Yeah. I think a bunch of people got duped, though.
I think so.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'd love to go back to the Tam O'Shanter.
Yeah.
I remember there was some good food there.
Yeah, we could reminisce about the finale of The Office.
Oh, yeah.
Also filmed at the Tam O'Shanter.
I still haven't really seen The Office, so I don't know.
You haven't seen The Office?
No, I've seen the first 3 episodes. Yeah.
Well, there you go. I didn't know that you haven't seen The Office.
I haven't really watched it. Yeah.
I don't know if I have either. I've seen episodes.
I feel like I would know if you watched The Office.
Yeah.
We watch TV together.
I know, but I feel like I've seen multiple episodes of The Office.
I've seen enough memes of The Office to know what's going on.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it's the memes.
Yeah.
And the gifs of him, all their faces.
Yeah.
Doing meme stuff and GIF stuff.
Yeah. When I was folding laundry today, I almost put on Lost again.
Oh, I want to watch Lost again.
But instead I put on The Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Oh, the one about Dracula?
Yeah.
How was it?
So far, I like the way that it's headed. Nothing's really happened yet.
Okay.
Dracula just kind of sort of just showed up.
Oh, okay.
But I like the way that it's headed because they're doing a lot of that thing in movies where they turn off the light and they see something, and they turn the light on, there's nothing there, and they turn the light off and they can see something.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like that.
Yeah.
This like Dracula guy is like hiding in the shadows a lot.
Yeah, he like is the night, you know.
Oh yeah.
He's Darkwing Duck.
Dark and Duck. But I also like that it is based off of a very small portion of the book Dracula.
Oh, okay.
Because there's like in the beginning of the book Dracula, there is the story of the Demeter.
Oh.
And I guess there's like some excerpts from the captain's log.
Mm-hmm.
And so this whole movie is based off of the captain's log from the book Dracula.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, in other news, I did hear that the Wolfman was like a big thing at Horror Nights because everybody was waiting for the Wolfman to come. They had this whole like area to like a meet and greet basically that was set up for the new. It was like a Blumhouse movie, and so everybody was waiting for the Wolfman to come out, and we're like, when is he going to come out? We want to see him.
Where's the Wolfman?
Well, so then the character came out for his little like meet area, and he was underwhelming.
Yeah.
People were not.
People were whelmed.
They like bullied him off of like Universal was like, oh, just kidding, and they like took him out. He never came back.
For like a day and a half, maybe.
I think it was one day.
One set.
And he never came back.
Yeah.
And now the movie's out, and people are really like, oh, this is horrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm like, what? So I want to see that.
I feel bad.
I do
Every
too.
single classic monster that they try to remake
Yeah.
has done bad.
Well, what was the so the Mummy, nobody liked the Mummy.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, so I don't know.
I saw it. It wasn't terrible.
Okay.
It wasn't good either.
I wanted to see, because wasn't Angelina Jolie going to be the bride?
Yeah, I think so.
I kind of wanted to see that.
I wanted to see, wasn't like Benicio del Toro supposed to be like Jekyll and Hyde or something like that?
No, I think that was Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Right? Was he Jekyll and Hyde?
I don't know.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong.
And who was Tom Cruise supposed to be?
He was the Mummy. He was like
He wasn't the Mummy.
No, he was in the Mummy movie.
Yeah.
The girl was the Mummy.
Right.
And I think that was something too. A lot of people were like, the Mummy's not a girl. But she was in this movie.
How do they know?
And then, so then there was the Invisible Man. Was Javier Bardot, maybe?
Javier Bardot?
I'm trying to, there's this picture of all of them together, and I'm trying to like visualize the photo. But I wish that they had gone through with that whole like Dark Universe. I mean, they made the Dark Universe park.
Yeah.
But I wish that they had gone through with like all of the, sometimes you just like, don't listen to the fans. Just keep going.
Just make it. And if you lose money, lose money.
I wanted to see the rest of them.
Yeah.
You should have started with the better one.
Well,
like,
I think they did. And they're like, oh no. That was our best one. And now look, what are we going to do?
Yeah, I wish I had seen like the rest of it though. I'm kind of bummed that they never went through with that.
Yeah, we should watch The Mummy.
Yeah, we should.
Starring Brendan Fraser.
Well, no, yeah, we should. Okay. Okay, but I think we got to call it a night because it's our dinner time now.
Oh yeah.
We got to go eat a pub sub.
We got to go eat a pub sub. I was about to ask you what we're going to eat for dinner, and then I remembered.
A pub sub.
We got pub subs.
We did. We had half of it for lunch, and we're going to have the other half for dinner.
I'm excited.
Well, after the cruise, you eat so much, and it's not bad food, but it's not like, it's not how I would have cooked it. So I think it's like oilier and greasier than normal.
Yeah.
So we got to get back to our normal routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think our tummies are like, please,
eat
a pub.
Let me eat less. May I have some less, please?
So, but yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on as your co-host.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Co-pilot.
Oh.
Co-captain.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so stay tuned for next week.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for trekking with us.
Yeah.
Bye.